Hey everyone, it's Joseph Katz from KettleSpace here again with KettleSpace co-founder Dan Rosenzweig. Dan, how are you doing today?
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Amazing, excellent. I want you to know I dressed up for you today. I put on a very nice dress shirt just in your honor.
Joseph 1, Dan 0.
um, want to talk a little bit about culture. Have the fun part of returning to work and getting the teams back together. I had a conversation just the other day with a business leader who is going remote first, which is their decision, obviously. And they said they're taking the funds that they would normally allocate to real estate and plowing it into 2 or 3 company-wide gatherings in some destination. Just curious, what do you think about that? And what other culture building activities have you heard or you see coming out of this hybrid and return to work period?
Yeah, well, I think it makes a ton of sense, right? No one is saying that going remote removes, is like a perfect solution, right? There are certainly some advantages and some disadvantages, and one that people often bring up is the development of like interpersonal, relationships and how that affects overall team morale and culture. So I think the idea of companies spending to bring people physically together, even if for just short periods of time over the course of the year, is a really smart investment. And I assume during that time, they're going to be doing like brainstorming sessions, but also like team building exercises and things along those lines that will help develop organic relationships amongst people. And I think whether you do it slowly throughout the year by bringing people together, or you do it in one fell swoop, or 2 or 3 over the course of the year, I think it's wonderful. Our goal, the goal as an organization is to, to develop as strong a chemistry as you possibly can amongst your team, so that when you're not overseeing, they can just go out there and perform. So I think this sounds like a wonderful solution to a problem that will probably become more common going forward if people continue to spend less time in an office environment.
Obviously, there's been a lot of Zoom culture building activities. I think everyone's now experienced at least one happy hour, probably one
Probably
or
on
two, one or two sporting event, not exercise events as a group or something along those lines. Uh, do you consider that like culture building, in an ideal way, or how would you?
Yeah, I think there's balance, right? I think in just like there used to be work happy hours, like you didn't have to go to all of them, right? You were kind of with the people during the day, and I think for some people that does more than for others, right? So I think for an organization, having a diverse approach to how we're building team is important. And one way to do that is to talk to your team, right? And the answer to some might be, especially if they spend a lot of time together, they actually want more time apart so that they can be with their families, and that's okay too. I think there's a happy medium to be had. So if not everyone shows up to your every single one of your events, don't be offended. People have personal lives too that are equally important. But as far as building people together in organic ways, I think one thing we've seen that we've had some success with is creating one-on-ones where members of the team, when they have some downtime, can contact other members of the team and they video chat for maybe 20 or 30 minutes and sort of get to know each other, where they're from, what their families are like, etc. Find different points of connection. And I think the more we find we have in common or different from each other, the more that we have to build on as a foundation. So
And if they record those conversations, they could become part of our little series of
that's
videos.
exactly right. Exactly. We're always looking to get, diverse, fun groups of people together, so that people, right, like are crossing paths and interacting. And, for all you know, it leads to a lead or a transaction somewhere down the line. You never know. And worst case, it's just a friend.
It will definitely be interesting to see what happens with the happy hours as more people start going back to a work environment. Some people are still going to be remote. Some people may choose to go into the office, and fewer may choose to go to a social activity in a bar or restaurant environment.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think the companies are going to have to keep innovating, right? We're going to have to find creative ways, and if the happy hour isn't the draw that it used to be, we got to find something new. And I think this out of the chaos comes opportunity, right? For us to find new healthy, creative ways to bring people together that they want to opt into. And so I'm sort of excited to see what comes from this as we look to build culture and teams both in the office and outside the office moving forward.
Excellent. I'm sure there's a lot more to come on this topic because it's probably one that's going to evolve faster than we probably realize as people are hybrid. Some on Zoom, some in the office. We're seeing it with conference rooms, about some in the office, some on Zoom. So I appreciate your insights. Look forward to our next chat. And as always, have a great day. For anyone who wants to get in touch with Dan, just email dan@kettlespace.com, or the team is hello@kettlespace.com. Looking forward to our next conversation. Stay well and speak to you soon.
Can't wait. Thanks, Joseph.